Here we go. Right. Hello guys and welcome back to yet another live stream. Today, or tonight, we are covering the Carabao Cup quarter-final draw. We're down to the final 8 tonight. Although, as you can see next to me, at the time of the stream starting, some of the games have not finished yet. We'll correct that when they do. But it's good to see you all. Make sure you drop a like, get your comments down below, subscribe. If you're watching live, then feel free to share your thoughts before the draw happens, but we will cover it in its entirety. Thank you to everyone who's joined us for this one. Really looking forward to this, the Carabao Cup quarter-finals. It's getting serious now, and as you can see, not all of the teams have been confirmed to who is through yet. Obviously, there are some games currently going on. Arsenal are 2-0 up against Brighton with seconds to go. That's basically a full time. Palace are 3-0 up at 10-man Liverpool deep into stoppage time. Man City 3-1 up against Swansea. Chelsea 4-3 up against Wolves with 10 men. And Newcastle beating Tottenham 2-0. Of course, there was games yesterday. Brentford beat Grimsby 5-0. Cardiff City beat Wrexham 2-1. And Fulham, they beat Wycombe Wanderers on penalties after a 1-1 draw, and that's brought us to where we are now. So, get your comments down below. First of all, say hello. Obviously, we'll cover the Carabao Cup draw when it gets underway, which is at the conclusion of these games going on tonight. There's already 100 people watching, so I will remind you, hit that like button. It just really helps the stream. It takes 2 seconds to like. Feel free to get your comments down below and I'll read them out in just a second. Just keeping an eye on the action. Arsenal is a full time. Arsenal have beaten Brighton 2-0. We'll see if Wolves maybe rescue a late equaliser against 10-man Chelsea. 4-3 at Molineux. Let's head over to the live chat. We're already on 39 likes. Let's get to 40 and then 50 and then 60. Let's say hello to everyone. James says, hello Matt, I miss you very much. How are you? I'm good, thank you, James. It's good to see you. And I'm not happy that you're missing me. You've got me now, so there you go. Isabel says, looks like Swansea are losing. It does indeed. I was hoping we'd get a Swansea-Cardiff quarter-final because Swansea did take the lead against Man City, but they are now 3-1 down, which I did predict, by the way, I will say. I get my prediction in there. Play Up Pompey says, Pompey Playmaker. Brian says, hello. I feel like there should be a tournament between all the UK teams instead of the League Cup, says Alfie. It would be tasty, wouldn't it? Imagine that, like Newcastle v Celtic. I suppose that could happen in the Champions League. Not this season, though. Obviously, Celtic are in the Europa League. Guys, get your comments down below. Do make sure you've hit the like button. It really does help. I'm just going to keep an eye on these games that are nearly finished in the Carabao Cup tonight. Palace have pretty much won at Liverpool. Man City, there you go, full time. Liverpool 0, Palace 3. So Palace are confirmed. We're still waiting on Newcastle Spurs, which was the later kickoff. Swansea, Man City and Wolves, Chelsea to be concluded. It looks as though Man City are going to win though because they're 2 goals to the good with seconds of stoppage time to go. Newcastle, 10 minutes left and Wolves v Chelsea deep into stoppage time. Let's catch up on some more comments just nice and quickly. Swansea v Cardiff would be amazing, would be a good home game, says Isabel. I'm going to take it, Isabel, that you are a Cardiff City fan. Who does everyone support, by the way, that's watching right now? Connor's a Manchester City fan. He's laughing at Liverpool's misfortune. They never beat Palace, do they? That's 3 times this season Palace have beaten them. Full time at the Liberty. Do we call it the Liberty now? What's Swansea Stadium called now? Is it just the Swansea City Stadium? Why do I feel like it changed? Manchester City are through. So we can say goodbye to Swansea. Which does mean that Cardiff City are our only EFL team left. Everyone else left is a Premier League team. There you go, Cardiff. You're guaranteed to get a Premier League opponent. It won't be another Welsh derby, this time against Swansea, I'm afraid. Swansea are out. There's so many comments already flying in. We've got a Brentford fan. Newcastle fan, Huddersfield fan. You're all welcome, by the way. Obviously, I know not everyone's team is in the draw, but feel free to say hello and share your thoughts. Full time at Molineux. We can now say goodbye to Wolves. Oh my goodness me, Chelsea have snuck through, haven't they? They've snuck right through there. It's finished Wolves 3, Chelsea 4. Chelsea join us. So we are just waiting on Newcastle versus Spurs. We're nearly there, guys. We've nearly got the lineup. And I think we know it's going to be Newcastle. Obviously defending the competition after winning it last season. They are 2-0 up with 7 minutes left against Spurs. So just a reminder, Brentford, They progressed 5-0 away at Grimsby. That's something Manchester United couldn't do. Cardiff City, with their 2-1 away win at Wrexham. Good win. They were well worth it. They played well. Fulham, goodness me, it was dramatic. They won away at Wycombe on penalties. I watched the penalties with Burgee last night, and dearie me, it was close. I thought Wycombe were going to win, then Fulham, then Wycombe, and then Fulham did win. Arsenal have just beaten Brighton 2-0. Palace, 3-0 winners at Liverpool. Let's add the caveat, this is the Carabao Cup. A lot of the teams have been rotated. Still kind of no excuses. I don't think any Liverpool fans will be thinking, yeah, that's all right, 3-0 defeat, because they're losing every game at the minute. But even this rotated Liverpool team didn't put up a great fight. Newcastle Spurs is yet to finish. Man City have beaten Swansea 3-1 after coming from a goal down. And Chelsea, let's give them some credit. They won a bonkers game at Molineux, 4-3. At one point, they were 3-0 up. Then Wolves pulled it back. There was a red card for Liam Delap. Goodness me, what a game. What a game. Right, there is now 400 people watching. We're still not on 100 likes, which is disgraceful. Hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. Thank you if you already have. Get involved. Like, subscribe, and let's catch up on some comments, because we're just waiting on Newcastle Tottenham to finish before we can cover the Carabao Cup draw itself. The quarterfinals, by the way, guys, it is getting serious now, especially if you're a Cardiff. You know, you wouldn't have thought you'd maybe get this far. Of course, they're not top of League One now, are they? Are they second? Obviously, their priority is to get promoted, but here they are in a Carabao Cup quarter-final. Let's have a look at some comments. What time is the draw, asks Theo. It is when Newcastle Spurs finishes, and there is currently 5 minutes left in that one, plus stoppages, of course. Brentford and Fulham, the only titleless clubs in the draw, says Saar. That's right, yeah, Brentford never won a major competition, nor have Fulham. Cardiff did, of course. Now, I'm going to say they won the FA Cup in the 1920s. Would I be right, Cardiff fans? Should we... Honestly, I've not done any research on this, but I feel like I know it. Is it 1926? Obviously, I don't remember that, but I remember the stat in my head. Let's have a look. FA Cup 1926. Go on. No, it wasn't. There you go. I got it wrong. FA Cup 26 was between Bolton and Man City. Was it FA Cup 25? Ah, I was 1 year off. No, they lost that final, actually, so it wasn't 1925. Right, Cardiff fans, what year was it you won the FA Cup? I feel like it was in the 1927. There you go. 1 year off still. So they got to the final in 25, lost, got to the final in 27, won. And maybe they'll get to the Carabao Cup final in 2026. Who knows? Right, let's have a look at some more comments. And loads of Cardiff fans in here, by the way. Once again, massive congratulations on yesterday. What a win over Wrexham. I didn't see it coming, I must say. But Wrexham did rotate, I guess. They're prioritising Coventry on Friday, I think. Right, let's have a look. There's 500 people in here. Let's do it. Who do you support? Let's see how many different fans we've got in here. 500 people are cramming into the live chat right now. Which team do you support? Comment down below with the team you support. Let's see how many different fans we have in here right now. And, like I say, drop a like. It takes 2 seconds. We're just keeping an eye on Newcastle v Tottenham, where there is 3 minutes to go, and Newcastle still lead 2-0. When's the draw? It's coming, guys. It's coming. As I say, it will come after Newcastle versus Tottenham. In the meantime, feel free to interact in the live chat. And if you haven't already familiarised yourselves with the ball numbers, I always get that ready for you. So you know who you are and who you want to avoid, etc, etc. So Cardiff, obviously the only non-Premier League team, not even from the Championship either, you know, 3rd tier. Yeah, I like that Fulham and Brentford have never won something, and they'll be looking at this thinking, can we? Because, you know, last year, Palace won the FA Cup for the first time ever. Newcastle won the Carabao Cup for the first time they'd won a major tournament in a long time. So maybe times have changed. Can we get a slightly different team winning a cup this year as well? Right, let's have a look. How many different fans have we got in here? I said comment your team down below. Wolves, Cardiff, Gillingham. Palace, Gillingham, Cardiff, Chelsea, Wolves, Arsenal, Palace, Cardiff, Norwich, Liverpool, Barcelona, Shrewsbury. Oh, what a combination that is. Sky Blues, Chelsea, Norwich, Gillingham, Wolves, Gillingham again. I think that guy has commented Gillingham about 10 times. There you go. Gillingham, 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 Gillingham. Right, as I say, the Carabao Cup draw coming at us very soon. So we've got Brentford, who obviously we mentioned got past Grimsby. I mean, look, I know people are going to say, yeah, but it's League Two Grimsby. You'd expect a 5-0 win from a Premier League team. But Man United came unstuck in that one. So fair play to Brentford. They've done a very professional job there. Cardiff, as I say, great away win at Wrexham. In fact, they were all away wins, weren't they? Last night's winners. Fulham winning away at Wycombe. As I say, just about on penalties. Did you go to any of the games, by the way, if you're joining us in the live stream? Were you at any of the games yesterday? Like I say, fair play to Arsenal. Now, I said this in the Carabao Cup predictions video on Monday. Why not? Why not Arsenal doing a double? You know, right now, they've got to be the favourites to win the Premier League. Yes, there's a long way to go, but also, they'll be looking at this thinking, yeah, what about a double? Premier League is priority, but they've still got a good enough squad to go far in both. And they've still got the Champions League and FA Cup going on, of course, this season as well. But Palace, of course, they won the FA Cup last year. Imagine if they won the Carabao Cup this year. You know, you wait so long to win a major tournament and what do they say? Like buses, two come along at once. Newcastle, as we expect Newcastle to beat Spurs tonight. Are they going to defend this competition? It'd be impressive, wouldn't it, to do it back-to-back years? Man City, they always pop up with a cup win, don't they? Even if they don't win a league, they just go and win a cup. And that's just the quality they've got. And Chelsea as well. Take Chelsea seriously. Good win against Wolves, although it was a bit bonkers tonight. There are now 30 seconds of normal time to go at Newcastle, and then it's going to be stoppage time there. There's 800 people watching the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to comment down below with the team you support. If you've got any questions, get them down below. A lot of the time the question is, what time does the draw start? It is after the Newcastle-Tottenham game finishes. Might be a little bit of a pause, but I'll keep you posted on how long that will be. Let's read out some comments. If I miss your comment, feel free to comment again. It does feel like yesterday Newcastle won, says Connor. Feel like yesterday Newcastle won. Oh, do you mean as in like the Carabao Cup? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that long ago. I remember it, you know, the final against... Well, how could I not remember it? It was only this year. But the final against Liverpool, they played really well, didn't they, Newcastle? City and United should both be in League One, says Nathan. Oh, there you go. Chelsea defended horribly. Well, yeah, interesting comment. I didn't watch the game live, but they have scraped through. I suppose Wolves... Yeah, Wolves are low on confidence, aren't they? But the main thing is, in a cup game, surely a win's a win. You know, even if you're playing a lower league team and you win just 1-0, you're like, right, fine, we're through. Simon says it's going to be Palace versus Brentford. Well, feel free, guys, in the meantime, to do a prediction for the draw. Who do you think is going to play who? I mean, if you support a team, who do you want to play as well? But, yeah, feel free to get your predictions in, because we've got... What derbies could we get? We've got quite a few London clubs, haven't we? In fact, is that 5 London clubs? Brentford, Fulham, Arsenal, Palace, Chelsea? That's 5, isn't it? It would be 6 if Spurs got through, but they're not going to go through now, are they? 92 minutes on the clock at Newcastle, and it is still 2-0 to the Geordies. Brentford v Cardiff, says Mark. Yeah, by the way, to the Cardiff fans, because I know there's a lot of Cardiff fans watching right now, who do you want? You know, do you want a big away day at Arsenal? Or do you want as winnable a game as you can get? What is the most winnable game Cardiff fans will be thinking about? It'll be a home game against probably Fulham or Brentford. No disrespect to those two, because they're both Premier League teams. But that's the pickings Cardiff have here. There's no easier game. It's Premier League teams or Premier League teams, isn't it? So many of them. Well, 7 out of 8, yeah. How many EFL teams did we have in this round of 16? We had Grimsby, they've gone out. Wycombe have gone out. Swansea have gone out. And Wrexham have gone out. We had 5, and just Cardiff got through. If City get Cardiff, this is scripted, says Potato. Yeah, Man City v Cardiff. We'll see. We'll see. Nearly over at Newcastle, by the way, 2-0. And they've nearly played 3 minutes of stoppage time now. As a Coventry fan, I reckon it'd be Cardiff versus Chelsea, says Harvey. Arsenal to get Man City, says Aaron. I suppose that's the interesting thing as well. If you're a neutral or if you support one of the less fancied teams that are left, you want the bigger boys to play each other and knock each other out. So can we get Man City versus Arsenal in the quarterfinals, or Arsenal versus Chelsea, or Newcastle v Man City? Just pitch them up against each other, knock them out. So like I say, we could get a wide range of London derbies as combinations in this round. I mean, we're guaranteed to at least get one, aren't we? If 5 have got through, yeah, we're guaranteed to at least get one. We could get some West London derbies. You've got Brentford v Fulham, or Fulham v Chelsea, or Chelsea v Brentford. Liquinda says it'll be Chelsea v Cardiff. All town, aren't we? Says Alex. Who do you support, Alex? Which towns are left in this competition? Brentford, Cardiff. Who do you support? Maybe, it's not a team that's left in the competition, is it? FC Ballers says it'll be Arsenal versus Cardiff. Oh no, that's what he wants. I could smell Arsenal v Chelsea, says Karim's. Matt, do you think Shrewsbury will go down? I'll be honest, I haven't had a great deal of time to look at League 2 recently. I'll get the table up in a second, but I haven't really watched a lot of it, just because I'm across like League 1 quite a bit now as well. I did see Shrewsbury were struggling though. 22nd. To be fair, 8 points in the last 4. I can't say I've watched them though, but maybe they're trending up. There's so many comments. Thank you to everyone that's tuning in right now. There is over 1,000 people watching. Just do take 2 seconds, guys, to hit the like button. It's free, and if we can get up to 1,000 likes, that would be amazing. That is the like target for today's stream. Do hit the like button while we're waiting in anticipation and with loads of excitement for the draw. Feel free to hit the subscribe button as well. We could hit 115,000 if you subscribe, so please do get involved. Right, are we nearly over at Newcastle? They've nearly played 5 minutes. There was only 4 minutes added. I presume the full-time whistle's just about to go now. Newcastle 2, Tottenham 0, Spurs heading out of the Carabao Cup. Newcastle there we go, full-time at St James's Park. We can now confirm that Spurs are out, and we have our final 8 lineup. Newcastle are still in the competition as they look to defend the Carabao Cup. Remember, of course, they won it last season. So there you go, guys. That is the lineup. Now, let me make that a bit smaller, actually. Looks a little bit... Yeah, that's about right. That looks tidy. So there you go. Now's your chance. Familiarise yourselves with every single ball number. Brentford, our number 1. Cardiff, our number 2. Fulham, our number 3. Arsenal, our number 4. Crystal Palace, our number 5. Newcastle, our number 6. Manchester City, our number 7. Chelsea, our number 8. And it is nearly 10 o'clock, guys, so I presume the Carabao Cup draw will be coming at us very soon. They'll be starting to prepare it now, of course, now that the game has concluded, the later game between Newcastle and Tottenham. So feel free to get your predictions in. Have we got everything set up? Yeah, we've got Sky Sports on the go. Yeah, like I say, get your predictions in for who you think might play who, or who you support and who you want to play. I mean, also, should we do it? Let's do it. Who's going to win the cup? Who is going to win the cup? That's what I want you guys to answer in the live chat right now. Look at those 8 teams and make your predictions. Who is going to win the Carabao Cup? Will Newcastle win it again? Will Arsenal or Man City do it? They're probably the favourites. Chelsea as well. Do you know what? I've just got a sneaky feeling Palace are going to get far. I can see Palace getting to the final. They're just such an obstacle, aren't they? They're definitely Liverpool's kryptonite. As I say, that's 3 times this season Crystal Palace have beaten Liverpool in the Community Shield, in the Premier League, and in the Carabao Cup now. Liverpool will be hoping when the FA Cup rolls around that they don't draw them in that competition next as well. Right, keep those comments coming. We are all set and ready to go for the Carabao Cup quarter-final draw. Thank you to the 1,500 people tuning in right now. As I say, the game has finished between Newcastle and Tottenham, so we are now waiting excuse me, for the draw. Just seeing some celebrations there. The Newcastle players celebrating with the fans, and they'll be hoping for an easy one, really. I mean, everyone wants an easy one. Everyone wants a home draw, surely. I mean, look, if you're Cardiff Everyone wants you. Let's be honest. If you're Cardiff, everyone wants to play you. You are the League One team in a mix of Premier League teams. All the comments in the live chat are about Cardiff. It's either Cardiff fans or Premier League fans saying, I want to play Cardiff. Hey, don't underestimate them. They did a great job on Wrexham, to be fair. Give the lad a like, says Flip. Yeah, go on. Give the lad a like. Hit the like button. I think Brentford are going to win it, says JC. Let's have a look at what you guys predicted. Who's going to win the competition? Fulham, Arsenal, Chelsea, PSG, Brentford, Arsenal, Palace, Arsenal, Newcastle, Palace, Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, Chelsea. Yeah, as I say, Arsenal and Man City definitely going to be the favourites. Along with Chelsea and Newcastle after that, I'd say. And then Palace, I don't know. I'm listing everyone there. Who's the favourites? Everyone. That's what I'm saying, basically. There's nearly 2,000 people watching. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to get some questions down below. Let us know who you support. There's loads of comments flying in the live chat. Don't you worry. We will cover the draw for you. And in the meantime, we'll answer any questions you might have. But do familiarise yourselves once again with the ball numbers. So, yeah, someone did point out in the live chat earlier the stat that Brentford and Fulham are the only two teams left here that are trophyless in terms of major trophy. FA Cup and Carabao Cup do come under that. Maybe they're not highly thought of as they used to be, as I just put my phone on charge. Give me 2 seconds. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, maybe, look, the Carabao Cup is not what it used to be. I mean, it used to, of course, be called the League Cup. Was it the Milk Cup back in the day as well? It was the Carling Cup. And now the Premier League is just everything to everyone. Yeah, it's gone down the pecking order, hasn't it? But look, try saying that to Newcastle fans. Try saying that to the Palace fans who won the FA Cup last year. I tell you what, earlier this week, I was just scrolling through YouTube and I found, oh, what a goal that was, by the way. I'm just watching the highlights of Wolves v Chelsea. What a goal from Gittens. I watched a video earlier of the Palace fans at full time when they won the FA Cup. It's just carnage. But it's not just like carnage when you score a last minute winner or something. But they didn't do that, but you get my point. But it was just more emotions than anything, wasn't it? Every single Palace fan turning to the person next to them with tears in their eyes and hugging them. That's what cup competitions do. Who's going to win it? There's 2,600 people watching right now. Thank you for your support. I know you're all here to watch the Carabao Cup draw. Just a reminder as to how these teams got here. Brentford 5-0 winners over Grimsby. Cardiff winning 2-1 away at Wrexham in the Welsh derby. Fulham winning on penalties after a 1-1 draw with Wycombe Wanderers at Adams Park last night. Arsenal have beaten Brighton 2-0 tonight. Palace have gone to Liverpool and won 3-0. Once again, caveat that some teams have been rotated tonight, but very impressive from Palace. Newcastle, they've just beaten Spurs 2-0 in the evening kickoff. The later kickoff. They're all evening kickoffs tonight. And Man City, they got through by beating Swansea 3-1. Had to come from behind. Chelsea winning at Molineux 4-3. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Right. Well, thank you to everyone tuning in right now. Oh, goodness me. What are we? We're not even on 400 likes. We're not even on 400 likes. Let's hit the like button. They're just about to do the Carabao Cup draw, so hit the like button. And thank you to Jim, who just donated. He says, give a like or a super chat. Matt deserves it. Thank you, Jim. That's very, very kind of you. You don't have to donate, guys, but if you do, it is massively appreciated, of course. And a massive thank you to Jim for his donation there. Yeah, I'll tell you what you can do, which is free. Dropping a like and subscribing. We're nearly on 115,000. Go on, hit the subscribe button. Make my day. Let's get the next milestone ticked off. It is completely free to subscribe. And if you're a football fan, get involved. Let's read some comments, guys. Let's interact with you guys before the draw comes along, of course. We've got not too long to go now, says Connor. Durham says, and still Newcastle. I think he's saying they're going to win it again. HPYT says, nah, Matt's a melon. Oh, lovely. Do join us on Friday for the live stream, guys. We've got Wrexham versus Coventry. Top of the table, unbeaten Coventry, I must add. And HPYT will be joining me for that one. Got a special guest. Toonami says, Andrew, go on. There's now 3,000 people in here. Let's see. Again, who do you support, guys? Comment down below with the team you support. Even if they're not in the draw, let's just see how many different fans are tuning in right now. It feels like we've got a lot of Cardiff fans watching tonight. Quite a few Newcastle fans as well. Who do you support, guys? Comment down below. Let's see how many different fans we've got in here. There you go. Blue Army, we've got a Cardiff fan. Bluebirds, Cardiff fan. Stockport fan. Arsenal, Stoke, Cardiff, Chesterfield, Cardiff, Chesterfield, Chelsea, Arsenal, Cardiff, Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, Fulham, PSV, Newcastle, Cardiff, Arsenal, Chelsea, United. Yeah, I know, Louise says, look at all these Cardiff fans. Where have they all come from? Come on, you Spurs. Obviously from a Tottenham fan there. Of course, they've been knocked out. There's loads of Arsenal fans in here by the looks of it. You're all very welcome. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm going to presume, guys, feel free to keep commenting with the team you support, but do comment who you want to play as well. I said it a minute ago, but everyone in here is saying, I want to play Cardiff. Surely that's the dream draw. If you're a Premier League team, you're thinking, right, who's the lowest ranked team? Let's have them at home, Cardiff at home. And as for Cardiff, I mean, look, Cardiff fans, it's kind of a win-win situation. Unless you wanted a winnable game, then obviously they're all difficult. But in terms of like, you've got a dream draw, whatever happens here. If it's Brentford at home or Fulham at home, maybe that's the most winnable you could get. If it's Arsenal away, it's a big day out, of course. Still loads of people commenting with the team they support. Lincoln, Newcastle, Arsenal, Fulham. Yeah, get involved in the live chat, guys. And like I say, do drop a like and subscribe. Who do you think will win the Premier League? Asks Abra. Is that how I pronounce it? The name's disappeared. The live chat is going too fast. To answer that question, who do I think is going to win the Premier League? My money's on Arsenal now. You know, I'll be honest. I did put hands up. I did pick Liverpool to win the Premier League before the season started. And yes, technically they could still do it. But it's getting very difficult to back Liverpool to win at the minute, the run they're on. And I actually did back them to lose to Palace tonight, which they did. I know they rotated though, so I will allow them that. But still, not very good. Who do I think is going to win this competition? That's a tricky one because pretty much everyone in the live chat supports one of these teams. And I'm going to upset everyone if I predict a winner. If I'm going to be boring, probably Man City or Arsenal. If I'm going to try and be a little bit rogue, I could see a Palace doing it. I really could. And I think it'd be nice to see Fulham or Brentford winning their first ever major tournament. And Cardiff, can anyone actually see? I think the difficulty with this competition is, if you're a League One team, a lower ranked team like Cardiff are, for example, can you beat Fulham or Palace in a one-off game? Yeah, in a cup competition that can happen. You might not be the favourites, but it can. The trouble is, this competition has 2-leg semi-finals, and I just think that narrows the chance down of any lower league teams getting through. Because, yeah, as I say, could Cardiff beat Fulham at home 1-0? Definitely. But then you've got to go to Craven Cottage and kind of repeat the trick, and it just becomes so hard. Do you guys remember, who was it? Was it Man City v Burton about 12, 13 years ago or something? Might not have been that long ago. Maybe about 10 years ago. Man City beat Burton 9-0 in a first leg. And it was just like, what's the point now? And then I think Man City won the second leg 1-0. And it was 10-0 on aggregate. But I think they did rotate. Right. Once again, if you are joining us waiting for the Carabao Cup draw, don't worry. It's coming your way. We are currently going for an advert on Sky Sports at the minute. But they should be doing it very shortly. And let's see how we're doing on the old support front. Oh, look at that. Unbelievable. Thank you to everyone who's liked. We're now 700 likes. So we're nearly hit our like target of 1,000, which is massively appreciated, of course. And if we did manage to hit 115,000 subs, that'd be great. Only 9 to go. And there's nearly 4,000 people. So feel free to subscribe, and that'd be a great milestone to hit. Thank you so much, as always. Cardiff are going out in the next round, says Manic. Reese supports West Brom. Oh, I've seen the West Brom fans and the Coventry fans going at it on Twitter today, by the way, about ticket prices, which are very expensive, I will be honest, but there you go. I don't set the prices. Do you think Cov will go unbeaten for the whole season? No. It's just too hard, isn't it? And that's not me being defeatist. It's just too hard, isn't it? Has anyone ever done that in the second tier of English football? Maybe. When did Preston do it, by the way? You know, Preston did an Invincibles. Was that in the top flight? Obviously, Arsenal did it in 2004 in the Premier League. It's just too many games. It's just not much of a gulf. I think it's realistic that Coventry could go unbeaten at home this season, but every game, no, we're going to lose at some point, unfortunately. Just hopefully that's not for a while. Is the draw coming up soon? It is, yes. And there's a Villa fan in there. There's a Chester fan. I said I'd eat a pair of my boxers if we went invincible. Well, there you go. We'll cover that on a live stream, Harry. Who wants to watch HPYT eating some boxers for content? That'd be great, wouldn't it? Right, we've got everything. Someone's asking if the Carabao Cup draw is on YouTube. I don't think it is, actually. I've got Sky Sports, so obviously I'm going to feed you the draw as it's going on. But if anyone does have Sky Sports and they want to watch it, there you go. But it isn't on YouTube by the looks of it. So this is the best place on YouTube to watch it. As I say, you've got the chance now to familiarise yourselves with the ball numbers. You've probably already done that, but if you haven't already, they are there, and I will read them out for anyone who is visually impaired. We've got number 1, which is Brentford. 2, Cardiff. 3 is Fulham. 4 is Arsenal. 5 is Crystal Palace. 6, Newcastle United. 7, Manchester City. 8 is Chelsea. And that is it. 7 Premier League teams and 1 League One team. They've just concluded the Newcastle United player interviews after the Newcastle-Tottenham game. So surely the next thing coming up on the coverage is the Carabao Cup draw. Come on, boys. Thank you to everyone once again for tuning in. Still got to try and hit that like target of 1,890. Nearly there. Brilliant. Thank you once again for all your support. Don't spam in the live chat, guys, because I want to try and read out as many comments as possible. Debon says 8 is the lucky number. There you go, Chelsea fan. Kevin says he's a Hull City fan. Prime fan says, come on, Newcastle. Keith says he's subbed and he's an Arsenal fan. When is the draw? Asks James. Well, it should be coming up very soon, but I can't give you a definite time because they're currently doing a player interview. Obviously, they always do it after the last game is concluded. They're just dragging it out. They always do this, don't you? You just sat there in anticipation, waiting for your team to be drawn out. You want to know who you've got, and you're kind of waiting. Newcastle fan here. Love Valder Messi. Who's winning the Europa League? Asks a Villa fan. I think he wants me to say Villa. Yeah, they've got a chance, haven't they? I think Villa are definitely one of the strong favourites. I haven't actually looked at the odds for that. Where are Villa in the odds? I reckon they're probably like in the top 3 favourites. I'd like to see Forest go far, of course, in the Europa League as well. Nicky says, I'm a Chelsea supporter, but Arsenal are playing brilliant. My bet is on Arsenal to win it. Right, well, yeah, I've already asked you guys who you support, but try and use your head and not your heart. Do comment which team you do think is going to win the competition. And if you want to say Cardiff, you can. But if you're using your head, let me know who you think is going to win this competition. Whether you genuinely think it's going to be Cardiff or do you think it's going to be Arsenal, who probably are the favourites right now. But in cup competitions, you just never know. I just like the outside shout of Palace. I'm going to wait until I see what the draw is, by the way, because, you know, if you tip Palace to go and win it, but they get drawn away at Arsenal next, then it becomes very difficult. But then to win the competition, you do have to beat the best teams, of course. Well, you don't always have to. You can avoid them and hopefully beat some lesser teams, but you get my point. So many comments flying in. We've got people backing Palace to win it. Arsenal, Newcastle or Arsenal, says Anthony. As I say, Newcastle defending it. Cardiff, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle. Liverpool, Palace, Newcastle, Arsenal, Newcastle, Chelsea, Newcastle. Lots of Newcastles. Newcastle to defend it. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. It would be insane if Cardiff won it, says Felicia. Mate, just imagine. Just imagine, though. Look, the thing is, maybe, can we try and imagine a world where that's possible, where a League One team actually does it? I've already said that I don't like their chances in a two-leg game against a Premier League team. But let's say, look, the Premier League teams have shown tonight, quite a few of them, that they're going to rotate for this competition. It is not a priority, unless maybe when you get to the final, then you think, right, probably better off putting our strongest team out. So could Cardiff get, let's say, Fulham, and Fulham rotate? Did Fulham rotate against Wickham yesterday? I feel like they did have quite a few of their stronger players on, but maybe. Any more comments? Brentford to win it. Mike says, my heart says Palace are going to win it, but my head says Chelsea are going to win this competition. Come on, Man City, says Mo. Indy says Toon are going to win it. I might be a bit biased, but I think City are going to win it. Well, no, look, even if you're a City fan, there's nothing wrong with saying City are going to win it, because City are obviously one of the strongest teams left. Well, they're one of the strongest teams in England, full stop, aren't they? Do we agree as well, guys, you know, with Arsenal being top of the league, that Man City are the best or strongest threat to them right now? I know Bournemouth are second in the league. They play Man City on the weekend, by the way. That'll be tasty. But what do we think? Can Manchester City really do it? Can they win the Premier League? You wouldn't put it past them, would you? All comes down to, can Arsenal hold their nerve? Right. Over 4,000 people watching right now, which is brilliant. Thank you so much for all your brilliant support. It looks like we've had a very nice donation here. I'm going to drop my social links down below, so feel free to check it out. But Diango says, cheers from Sacramento, California, up the Fulham. There you go. Fulham fan from the US. I feel like I've seen quite a few Fulham fans that watch the channel from the US. Maybe there's just like a big Fulham following over in the US. Not sure, but look, there's people in the US support a wide range of English teams, but there you go. And curious about that Fulham connection. Coventry City have a reasonable following in the US and in Australia, actually. Yeah, feel free to check out the links in the live chat, guys. Just while we're waiting for the draw, I understand you guys might be getting a bit impatient, which is fair enough. I am as well, but I don't control when the draw starts. So in the meantime, stick with us. Feel free to get some comments down below, interact, and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, we just wait now until the draw does come at us. They are still doing their analysis and summaries for Newcastle Spurs there. And Jamie Redknapp giving his thoughts. Good win, by the way, for Newcastle. Don't underestimate, you know, what a good win that is to beat Spurs. Spurs obviously beating Everton 3-0 away from home on Sunday. That was a great result from Spurs. So, yeah, Newcastle definitely trying to keep up their defence of this competition. Blah says, trim your tash. Do you know what? If Cardiff win the Carabao Cup, there you go. I will trim my tash. I'll keep this bit. I'll just get rid of that. I'll just have, what do you call it when you just have that bit? Like a beard with no moustache. Thank you once again to Diango for the donation. Come on, you Gunners, says Raymond. The draw is coming up in 10 minutes, someone said in the live chat. There you go. Come on, City, says Paul. Right. We have asked all the questions regarding football, like who do you support and all of that sort of stuff. Feel free to comment that down below. One thing we always do in the live stream, maybe the last thing we'll do before the draw gets onto us, is comes up on us, should I say. Where are you watching from, guys? Let's see how many people are tuning in from different parts of the world. Where are you watching, guys? Are you in the UK? Are you coming home from watching Arsenal beat Brighton? Well, let's sort the camera out a minute. Or are you watching from, I don't know, America or something? There you go. I think I've just sorted that. Let's just head over to remind ourselves how these teams got here. Where am I going? I'm all over the place on the BBC. I was looking at the League Two table because someone asked me about Grimsby. Right. We're going to run you through how these teams got here once again. Feel free to keep those comments coming. Apologies for the slight buffering there. I'll just sort that out in a second. So Brentford, as I say, beating Grimsby 5-0. last night. Final word on Grimsby, by the way. What a great FA Cup run it's been from them. You know, a Carabao Cup run it's been from them because, you know, they beat Manchester United. They also beat Sheffield Wednesday, of course, didn't they? They beat Sheffield Wednesday, so they've had a good little run. So, unlucky Grimsby going out 5-0 there to Brentford. Fulham, I watched the penalties. I tell you what, it was dramatic, but they just about did it. They were trying to win it in the 90, and Wickham were hanging on in there. And there you go, Fulham get through on penalties. Also last night, the final game, Cardiff City winning 2-1 away at Wrexham. And it was a well-deserved win, actually, if you watched this one. Cardiff, it actually looked like Cardiff were the Championship team and Wrexham were the League One team. A bit unusual, but there you go. Great performance from Cardiff. Actually, caveat again, Wrexham did rotate, if we're being fair. Arsenal 2-0 winners over Brighton. Waited till the second half to get their goals, but they did the job. Professional as ever. Clean sheet again. Goodness me, that Arsenal defence is so impressive. I'm just trying to sort my camera out there. I'm just going to turn it off for a second and turn it back on. Behave yourself. Behave yourself, camera. And what were the other results tonight? Let's just catch up again. Liverpool 0, Palace 3. Look, red card, but you know Palace were already 2-0 up by that point. Liverpool definitely rotated, but great win from Palace. They just love to beat Liverpool. They just love to play them, don't they? Manchester City, I think I said 3-1 for this, so got that one spot on, but I didn't think they'd have to do it quite as dramatically as that. You know, I thought Man City would be relatively comfortable. I suppose if you look at the stats, it maybe suggests they were, but they did have to work for it. Swansea nearly took them to penalties. Manchester City scoring 2 late goals. And then the final 2 games tonight. Check out the goal from Gittens, by the way. I just saw the highlight of it. Wow. What a game. Wolves did put up a fight, but Chelsea coming out on top 4-3. Liam Delap. Another red card, by the way, guys. What is going on with Chelsea? Why do they have so many red cards? What's that about? And then the final game, Newcastle winning the late kick-off. Newcastle 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0. And that's obviously the game they're just wrapping up now on Sky Sports. Just doing the final interview with Eddie Howe. Annoyingly, it's just taking a little bit of time until the draw gets with us. So I'm just going to, bear with me, I'm just going to turn the, deactivate the camera for a second. Because it's buffering, so let's give that a minute. You can still hear me, and I'm going to turn it back on in 3, 2, 1. And hopefully it's just going to start to resolve itself. Apologies once again about slight buffering. Thank you once again to the 4,000 people tuning in right now. Do be sure to drop a like and share your thoughts before the Carabao Cup draw comes at us. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button. It is free to do. And yeah, people saying down below, it's nearly time for the draw. Isak's not winning the cup this year, says Graham. Oh, there you go. Yeah, obviously with Liverpool being dumped out, he's not going to retain it. Newcastle might retain it, but Isak will not be winning this competition again. Up to 6 frames per second now, says Reese. Maybe if we slightly lower that, we'll move a little bit quicker. Apologies again about that. Where to watch the draw, says Zach. Now, like I say, they sometimes cover it on YouTube, but it doesn't look like they are. They are covering it on Sky Sports, so that is what I've got set up. They are still talking, says Sky Bro. No, they're still doing Eddie Howe's interview. Oh, goodness me, I've missed a donation. Thank you so much to Diango. If you ever need an American club to support, Sacramento Republic is your club. Well, there you go. Thank you, Diango, for the donation again, and yes, I'll keep an eye out for their results then. Thank you very much to those of you that have donated tonight. It's very, very kind, and you don't have to, but yeah, like I say, it's appreciated. So we've done everything we need to. Let's put the frames down again. So annoying when this happens. Deactivate camera again. Just trying to get on top of that because I know you guys don't want to watch me glitching out. Activate camera. A little bit faster now. So annoying. But you won't have to put up with this for much longer because those of you that have tuned in for the Carabao Cup draw, it is nearly time. Thank you, by the way. We hit our like target of 1,000 likes, which is absolutely incredible. If you haven't already dropped a like, feel free to do so, but we've already hit the target. Feel free to subscribe as well if you're a football fan that wants to get involved. We've got everything sorted. We're just waiting for the draw. They're just wrapping up Eddie Howe's interview now. And then we will see. Oh my goodness me, I've frozen. Brilliant. That's just what you guys want to see. Let's deactivate camera again. Come on, stupid thing. Oh, for goodness sake. I've gone. I've disappeared. I've turned my camera back on now. Oh, there we go. Hello, hello. Hello. How are you? I'm back. I'm back from the dead. Thank you for your patience, guys. I have fixed it. I have been restored. Glitchy Matt is no more. Right, thank you. Right, and convenient timing as well. Minutes to go now until the Carabao Cup draw. It's the quarter-final draw. So, look, it will be over before you know it. There's literally 8 balls to draw, 4 games. I'm going to do a prediction, guys. Don't know why. Let's just see how many right I get. But, you know, obviously there's no skill to predicting a Carabao Cup draw. I task you guys to predict who you think is going to play who. I'm going to say... Right, I'm going to say Brentford v Palace. I'm going to go for a London derby there. And they play each other in the weekend, at the weekend in the Premier League, actually. Brentford v Palace. I think Fulham are going to get Chelsea. I just sense it. There's going to be one West London derby, and it'll be Fulham v Chelsea. I'm going to go Newcastle-Cardiff. Let's go with Cardiff to go away to Newcastle. A mighty long trip for the Cardiff fans, but I'm going to go for them to take on the holders of this competition. And if you've done that, if you've done the process of elimination, you will know that that means I'm also going to say Arsenal to play Man City. There's the big one. That's the big mouth-watering game. That's just my prediction for what it's worth. Feel free to share yours. I know a lot of people go with their heart, and I'm going to say, who do you want? And, you know, Brentford fan or whatever will be like, oh, I reckon we're going to get Cardiff because that's what I want to happen. But go with your head. Who do you genuinely think you're going to get? Oh, look, conveniently, a Brentford fan there has just said, I want Brentford v Cardiff. There's no way you're 38, Matt. Well, no, there isn't. I'm not 38 years old for anyone that might have said that. Who said I'm 38? How dare they? Nothing wrong with being 38, might I add, but I'm not 38. If you think I look 38, then fair enough, but I am a whole 12 years younger than that. Matt, when is the FA Cup for the EFL Championship teams? Asks Tony. The first week of January is always when the Championship teams and the Premier League teams enter the FA Cup. The draw for that is usually the first week of December, so I will cover the FA Cup third round draw when that comes around. Right, here we go. Come on, they've wrapped up the interviews. We're surely going to get underway with the Carabao Cup quarter-final draw, guys. Thank you once again for all of your great support. Thank you to everyone who's dropped a like. We've gone way past our like target. Did we hit 115,000 subs? I think are we a couple away? Do hit the subscribe button. I'll check. Someone just said we're a couple away. Go on. We're very close to 115,000 subs. Get involved. Matt's not 38. He's 38.5. There. Very nice. Cheers. What time is the draw? Asks Hafix. Now, we've had a few people now saying it's going to be done at 10:30, which would be in 4 minutes from now because it is just hitting 26 past. So, that is everything. All your questions answered. If it goes past 10:30, then that's ridiculous. Like making us wait this long. Thank you once again for a donation there from Diango. Scenes as Fulham get Chelsea and Josh King drops a hat trick. There's a score to settle there, isn't there, for the Fulham fans after what happened against Chelsea earlier this season. Of course, they're already, West London rivals, but yeah, definitely controversial circumstances in that game earlier this season, weren't there? No way is this man 38. How's this happened? Who brought this up in conversation? Why is everyone saying I'm 38? Rest in peace, Elvis Presley. Thank you for all of these interesting comments. HPYT said, no one knows Matt's age. Well, I literally just said a minute ago, I'm 12 years younger than what that number was just a minute ago thrown out there. So surely people can work that out. Right, we've done everything. We've covered every base. The draw is 3 minutes away. Just wrapping it up. Who's this? So you've got Mark Chapman and Joby McAnuff. Just doing some final bits and pieces. The draw is coming, guys. I really appreciate your patience. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I love doing these Carabao Cup draws, by the way, and FA Cup draws. Even though my team might not be involved, I just love to cover it and see who plays who. As I say, it's just the lottery of it. As always, you know, you never know who's going to play who. And is the competition going to open up this year for someone different? Right, now we've hit a new amount of viewers for the first time in this stream. We're up to nearly 6,000. So as the draw is just about to get underway, comment down below one last time. Who do you support? Which team do you support? Last chance to get involved. If you've already been in the live stream for more than 10 minutes, yeah, I know you've already answered this question, so you don't have to answer again. But just seeing how many different fans we've got in here right now, comment down below. Someone's now saying you are not 26. Why am I not? Do I genuinely look older? Do I genuinely look older? Is it the beard? If I shave the beard, I look younger, obviously. Right, thank you for all your comments, guys. Like I say, comment with the team you support down below. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button. It's massively appreciated. Yay, we did hit 115k. That is down to your brilliant support, guys. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed during this stream and dropped a like. If you haven't already done so, then now is your chance as we wait for the draw. If it's going to start at 10:30, that means we are now less than 2 minutes till the draw gets underway. We're nearly there. We've nearly done it. Right, Arsenal, Cardiff, Palace, Man City, Arsenal, Millwall, Derby, Bluebirds. So many different fans in here. I love it when the live streams like this. I just can't read half the comments. Huddersfield, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea. Who is doing the draw, asks Potato. Well, it'll probably be the two pundits on the panel. We've got Jamie Redknapp and is it Joby McAnuff? Arsenal, Newcastle fan. Cardiff are going to play Fulham from a Stoke fan. That's a prediction there. I'm a Millwall fan. You've got Fulham fans, Brentford fans, Dundee, Arsenal, Chelsea, Cardiff, Arsenal. Young boys, there you go. Glimpse is a Hull fan. Good to see a Glimpse as always. Newcastle. Quite a few Newcastle fans tuning in as well. I presume some of you might have just got home from watching tonight's games. One last reminder. Number 1, Brentford, the team that got through first, winning 5-0 away at Grimsby. Brentford, of course, remember, not won a major competition before. Number 2, Cardiff, the lowest ranked team left in this competition. FA Cup winners in 1927. They beat Wrexham 2-1 away from home yesterday. Right, here we go. The draw is about to get underway. I'm just going to finish running through these. Number 3 is Fulham, of course, never won a major competition. 4, Arsenal. Arsenal beat Palace. No, they didn't. They beat Brighton tonight 2-0. Palace won 3-0 at Liverpool tonight. They, of course, won their first major tournament last season, winning the FA Cup. It'd be quite unique, wouldn't it, if they went and won the FA Cup and then like a Carabao Cup the year after. Number 6, Newcastle beat Tottenham tonight 2-0, defending this competition, of course. Number 7, Manchester City just went away to South Wales and won 3-1 at Swansea, having to come from behind. Will they go back to South Wales, maybe? Will they play Cardiff next? Number 8, Chelsea. Chelsea, of course, winning 4-3 at Molineux. What a game. That is all of the ball numbers and the teams and everything explained surrounding them. Thank you once again for all your comments. There's nearly 7,000 people here watching in anticipation of the Carabao Cup quarter-final draw. I will urge you one last time before the draw gets underway. If you are a football fan, then feel free to drop a like and go on, every single one of you, hit that subscribe button. We've managed to hit 115k tonight, which is down to your brilliant support. Get involved and subscribe if you haven't already. The sky's the limit with your support, guys. Thank you as always. Thank you, by the way, once again to those of you that have donated tonight. It's massively appreciated. You don't have to, guys. Just dropping a like is free and that's appreciated. Just reading out some final comments because the adverts have finished, which means the draw is now about to start. As I say, it's not being covered on YouTube tonight, which is a bit of a shame. It's on Sky Sports and I will cover it for you and I'll type down the fixtures when it gets underway. Hello from New Zealand, says Luke. Theo says up the tune. We've got someone there laughing at Liverpool who just keep losing, of course. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. How are you watching it? Well, I've got Sky Sports, believe it or not. And here we go. We're getting underway after all this waiting. Thank you. And those of you that did say it's going to start at 10:30, you are spot on, because here it comes, the Carabao Cup draw. And remember, of course, that it is just a quarter-final draw. It'll be over before it's even started. Just 8 balls, of course. Enzo, says Rocker, who's obviously a Chelsea fan. Hello from Ghana. Oh, sorry, I missed that comment. Guyana, sorry. Chelsea. Hello from Nigeria. Liverpool fan. It's the beard, Matt. It's a well-known fact they make you look older, says Brian. There you go. Well, maybe, do you know what it was? I remember when I first sort of grew my beard out when I was probably about 21, maybe trying to look older, and then you get to a point where people are really saying you're a lot older than you are, and maybe I need to get rid of it. Forest fan here, up the Reds, says Nottingham Forest fan 18. Just reading out some final comments, guys. I will cover the draw. It hasn't started just yet, but I will cover it when it does get underway. Once again, a massive thank you for your support. Wolves are going down, and I know that West Brom are not great, from West Brom fan. Matt grew a beard because of me, says HPYT. Yeah, inspiration, of course. Cardiff are going to get Arsenal. Hello from Nambia. Chelsea v Brentford. Hello from Trinidad. Chelsea fan. Loads of Chelsea fans from around the world. You're all very welcome. And like I say, if you get a comment in, you might see that it gets read out. Oh, come on. Come on. I know I always start these live streams too early. I start them as the games are finishing. When this live stream started, the full-time results were just coming in, and I was thinking, right, the draw is coming at us, but I've started too early. But now, finally, we can say the draw is coming at us, and it is going to be a 10:30 start, although we have just gone past 10:30. These delays. Here we go then. Right, I'm going to get rid of this. This is it now, guys. The draw is officially starting. No more waiting. Last chance to quickly read out the ball numbers, because I'm going to remove that and then start typing down the fixtures. So last chance to familiarise yourselves with the ball numbers before the draw does get underway. Number 1, Brentford. 2, Cardiff. 3, Fulham. 4, Arsenal. 5, Palace. 6, Newcastle. 7, Man City. 8, Chelsea. Thank you once again for all your great support. This is it. I'm getting rid of it in 3, 2, 1. It's gone. And here is where I'm going to start typing out the fixtures, blah, 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 like that. Thank you once again for all your brilliant support. I'm buzzing. I don't know why. Even when my team's not involved, I'm just there waiting in anticipation. I think I feel the energy from the live chat. All of you guys saying, I want this team to play this team. Let's see who Cardiff get, guys. The lowest ranked team left. Here we go. Joby McAnuff is going in. So this is it. First ball number coming out now. The hand is in the pot. Number 4 are up first, which is Arsenal. So Arsenal, who goes away to the Emirates? Arsenal are at home, of course. They won at home to Brighton tonight, 2-0. Who travels to the Emirates, guys? Arsenal will play number 5, which is Crystal Palace, which is a game that just played out this weekend in the Premier League. Arsenal winning 1-0. Difficult for Palace, of course. Probably the worst draw you could have got, but yeah, who knows? Who knows in a cup competition? Number 2. Next up, we've got Cardiff City, guys. Right, they've got themselves a home draw, but who will Cardiff play? Can they get a winnable one? They're all Premier League teams. They're going to face number 8, which is Chelsea. Chelsea head down to South Wales. If you're a Chelsea fan, it's probably the one you wanted. You probably wanted it at home, but there you go. And Cardiff fans, feel free to share your thoughts on getting Chelsea. Next up is number 7, which is Manchester City. Oh, this is another one you don't want. Brentford are left, Fulham are left, Newcastle are left. But who heads to the Etihad? Number 1, which is Brentford. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. And speaking of oh dear, my typing has just gone over the border there. Let's get rid of the City bit so it just says Man City. So Man City play Brentford, so we know what that means. It's going to be Newcastle v Fulham, but who's at home? It's number 3, so it is going to be Newcastle. Newcastle were not number 3. They were number 6. They have been drawn out first, though, and they will play number 3, which is Fulham. And that concludes the draw, guys. That is the Carabao Cup quarter-final draw. As I say, blink and you miss it. Only 8 teams, therefore 4 games. Arsenal will take on Crystal Palace. Cardiff will take on Chelsea. Manchester City will play Brentford. Newcastle face Fulham. And that's it. Just the 4 games, of course. Right, this is the one now. What's the best game? What's the best game? Surely, I think you're going to say Arsenal v Palace. What do we think for Cardiff, guys? I mean, look, Cardiff are sort of the people's champions, if you get what I mean, just being the lowest ranked team left. Can they do it? They've got themselves a home game, but it's against Chelsea. Not maybe as difficult as playing Arsenal, but then it certainly wasn't the easiest game they could have got. Man City v Brentford, it's difficult for Brentford. If that was at home, maybe. I just think away at the Etihad, that's going to be a tall order, but we'll see. Newcastle are at home to Fulham. I think Newcastle fans will be very, very pleased with that one. And as I say, that is it. Arsenal, Palace, Cardiff, Chelsea, Man City, Brentford, and Newcastle, Fulham. Right, I'm going to read your comments out, guys. So let's see what you guys have to say. Comment down below because that concludes the draw. And like I say, make sure you've dropped a like. And if you've stuck with us the whole way through and you haven't subscribed yet, do hit the, where are we on? Do hit the subscribe button. It's free to do. I'm just going to dive into your comments. Thank you once again. And thank you to Jamie Redknapp and to Joby McAnuff for bringing us the draw. Right, finally, Cardiff got a home game, says Emily. Come on the tune, says Danny. Does that draw feel like a scam? Question mark. People always say, like, oh, that draw was rigged, but what was rigged about it? The only thing I can say is, because obviously I know a lot of people don't, a lot of people hold the Big Six up as the main culprits if it comes to a scam. So what would be a scam? The fact that Arsenal haven't been drawn against Man City? There was never much of a chance of that happening anyway. It was only a 1 in 8 chance, wasn't it? Or 1 in 7, technically. Go Brentford, they are strong, says Paul. A replay of the Premier League, says Ricardo, for Arsenal v Palace. Yes, that's right, yeah, of course. When are these games being played? Now, good question. These games are usually played out, it's just before Christmas, isn't it? Just before Christmas, these games get played out. So they do the quarterfinals. It's usually like the 16th or 17th. So if there's a Tuesday and Wednesday around that, so December the 16th and 17th is roughly when those games will get played out. And then obviously after that, no, is that right? Yeah, I think that is right. The semi-finals are then usually in like January and February, and then the finals in March. Am I right in saying? Although it has changed a little bit over the last couple of years. 16th of December, people are saying. Yeah, the week commencing the 15th of December. They'll be on the Tuesday and Wednesday. And then do join us then, not for at least a month and a half's time, but we'll cover the Carabao Cup semi-final draw, of course, when that rolls around. But I'll say a massive thank you once again for all your support. I'm going to be here till 10:45, guys, so you've got me for 5 more minutes to get your thoughts in on the draw down below. We've still got over 2,500 people watching, which is brilliant. Make sure you share your thoughts on the draw and sign off by dropping a like and subscribing. And yeah, most importantly, comment with your thoughts on the draw, actually. Arsenal v Palace, says Sadiq. Yeah, I think that's the best one, isn't it? Is this 1 leg or 2? It's 1 leg. Good question. But yeah, it's the semi-finals that are 2 legs. What else we got? The C's have to stick together. Chelsea versus Cardiff, says Michelle. There you go. And like I say, Chelsea fans will be very pleased with that. But if you're a Cardiff fan, do feel free to share your thoughts as well. I'm just dropping some links down below, guys. Feel free to check out the links in the live chat and drop them some support. Fulham to shock Newcastle, says PT. Now, I was thinking, because obviously we knew it would be Fulham v Newcastle when they were the 2 balls left. I was thinking if Fulham get the home advantage, I could see it. I just think up at Newcastle, I don't know. Actually, thinking about it, those 2 just played each other in the Premier League, didn't they, actually? Should have said that. Newcastle beat Fulham 2-1 this weekend with a Bruno Guimaraes 90th minute goal, didn't they? Well done, Matt from Australia, says Brian. Oh, thank you. Not sure what I've done, but I'll take the well done. I think it's just for the stream, so yeah, I appreciate that. I enjoyed it. Thank you for all your support. We've still got 4 minutes left to get your thoughts down below, to have a comment read out. Get involved in the live chat, as always. Palace winning by a set piece, says Michelle. Well, I think what will be interesting with the Arsenal-Palace game is who scores first, you know. Because Arsenal are very good at 1-0 wins and 2-0 wins, aren't they? And if they concede first, maybe that's where they come unstuck a bit. Man City are going to beat Brentford 2-1, says Traveller UK. There you go, getting some predictions in already. Emily says, I'm a Cardiff fan and I wanted Chelsea at home. It will be Eze for Arsenal again, says John. There you go. Is the final at Wembley? Yes, of course it is, yeah. So, of course, you got the quarterfinals, which are going to be held in Arsenal, well, the Emirates, Cardiff, the Etihad and St James's Park. The semi-finals are obviously 2 legs, as I say, held at both venues of the 2 teams in the semi-finals. And then the final, of course, is at Wembley. And the Carabao Cup final is always, like I say, late February or early March. Chelsea will win this, says Jonathan. Potato says Palace are going to win 3-2. Mateta to get a brace. Could Brentford win at Man City? Question mark. Maybe. It's just, I would have liked it for Brentford a bit more if they were at home. I think Man City will be pretty pleased with their draw, actually. So, like I say, final comments on the draw. For me, the best game, probably Arsenal v Palace. That said, might not be the game with the most goals, but I just think in terms of calibre, it's a real top team versus a pretty decent team. Is that the fairest way to put it? I think so. Could Palace do it? Cardiff v Chelsea is obviously the mismatch, isn't it? You know, the only League One team left, but at least they've got home advantage. If that was at Stamford Bridge, you'd be like, if it's at Cardiff, can Cardiff pull it off? Still unlikely, but, you know, Cardiff fans dare to dream. Man City v Brentford. Once again, I think the City fans will be happy. It's a bit of a nightmare draw for the Brentford fans, isn't it? But keep the faith. And Fulham fans, it's a long old journey back up to Newcastle. And you're taking on the holders, of course, Newcastle. I just think there's that thing, isn't there? You just want to defend it. You won it last year. Can you win it again? Right, I'm going to wrap it up in 1 minute and 30 seconds, guys. So a final chance to get your comments down below. Please do, like I say, check out the links in the live chat. I'm going to try and promote the socials a bit more. So if you want to head over there and check out the Instagram and Twitter, they are in the live chat right now. Get involved and check them out, guys. Click on the link, drop a follow. Matt SB, who do you think will have a better team, Ipswich or Coventry? Well, I think Ipswich have a better squad for sure, but Coventry obviously doing better this season. But long way to go. Long way to go. And Ipswich are the team that do frighten me a little bit in terms of who's going to come up and sneak on Coventry from behind. Who's got the capability of flying up from mid-table into the top 6 right now? It's definitely Ipswich, and maybe the top 2 as well. Thanks for the stream, Matt. Have a good night, says Leo Johnson. No, thank you for joining me. Thank you. 30 seconds to go, guys. Last chance to get a comment in. Thank you once again for all your brilliant support. Thank you to those of you that dropped a like and subscribed. Last chance to do so if you haven't already, but we've done amazing for support. And the main thing is we've covered the draw. And if you missed it, if you've joined us late, that is it. It's Arsenal v Crystal Palace. It's Cardiff v Chelsea. It's Man City v Brentford. And it's Newcastle v Fulham. The Carabao Cup quarter-final games will be played out the week before Christmas. And then after that, of course, the semi-final draw. And then the semi-finals will be taking place in early 2026. Thank you once again for all your support, guys. I'm just going to read out some final comments. Go check out the Premier League predictions video, actually. Kevin says he's going to check that out now. Yeah, go check that out. Cardiff is the capital of Wales, says Emily. Yes, that's right, yeah. City will win the cup. Come on, you bluebirds, says John. Bye, Matt, says Red Arrow fan. Toonami from California. There you go. Loads of different fans in here. Thank you so much for all your brilliant support. As I say, that is the Carabao Cup quarter-final draw concluded. If you support one of these teams, like I say, feel free to share your thoughts after the stream as well on the draw. And that is it. We'll see what happens when we get round to it. Thank you for all your great support, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace out.